Impact of World War II by Frankie and William. Well, written by Frankie and William. Okay, so yeah, go.
Geography changes. Also, Germany and Korea have been dived into East Communist and West. I can't see that. Okay, and West Democratic Germany and North Communist and South Korea Democratic. Poland was most noticeable. Its borders shifted completely. Germany split in two, West and East. West was known as the Federal Republic of Germany. East was controlled by the Soviet Union.
All right, so human impact. As you can see, me and Jay accidentally used the same graph, so we just gotta skip this, I guess. But
Yes, please.
So did I. I also used that graph.
Am I getting copyright claimed, or do I still talk about it?
And my suggestion, I guess you don't have to be very specific.
Okay, so the Soviet Union used what the war tactics that Soviet Union used was, it exhausted a lot of men. So yeah, they had the most. China, meanwhile, had most civilians, and because Japanese treated them very badly. Poland, yeah, same thing. Indonesia, India, etc. It was Indochina. Most of them, it was all the same. It was all because of Japan. They treated them very badly. France, United Kingdom, US. They were the main allied powers, and they fought a lot, so that's normal. So, and for Germany, Russians abused them a lot when they were in Berlin. Japan, they literally suicide bombed the US battleships and stuff. So yeah.
Okay.
And then
Frankie, if I can add to that chart, so do you guys know that the causality in the Soviet Union is still lasting? They are still feeling the pain of the loss of manpower. In this case, it's real manpower. It's not like man and woman power. They lost 20 million men in World War II, and as a result, the gender balance was totally destroyed. Okay, so post World War II, up until now, the proportion of female in Russia is still significantly higher than the proportion of men. So the gender imbalance caused a lot of problems. And if you go to Russia, you will see even the ugliest guy has the most pretty girlfriend. Okay, go ahead, Frankie.
Okay.
Did you guys get excited?
Okay, I'm gonna go to Russia. We'll be worth more than women there. Anyways, economic impact. The industrial workforce in Asia and Europe had been decimated because in Europe and Asia was where the main fighting began. Most factories, industrial industries, and whatnot all got destroyed. Much of and the infrastructure and facilities was all destroyed. The Soviets, who had literally burnt down their own stuff, also had a lot of their economy destroyed, and it is still suffering today, as Jay and Kyler said. And if you look at this beautiful infographic that I found on Google, U.S. war spending, like developing nukes and whatnot, added 236 billion to debt, and which was a 1,048% increase. And the economy grew out. This is on the U.S., by the way. It's not on Europe or whatever. The economy grew at least 8% annually between 1939 and 1944. Between 1941 and 1943, the economy grew more than 17% a year. And one reason U.S. production grew so quickly was because of the Great Depression, or like that big economic problem the world went through, and also to pay for war efforts and spending a lot of money on like weapons and stuff. The government expanded the income tax and added a lot of withholdings from paychecks, which is like taking, let's say I earned $20,000, the government would have a share in that, regardless to tax or whatever. And this is about the World Health Organization in the United States. William wrote this. Well, I helped write it. So World War II was one of the most horrific wars out there. So two organizations were made. the World Health Organization and the United Nations. The World Health Organization was formed thanks to a declaration that emerged from the first meeting of the United Nations, meaning that the World Health Organization is a subdivision of the UN, apart from with all the other subdivisions, UNICEF or whatever. And it was to set the control of malaria, tuberculosis. I am not allowed to say that word. Diseases as its initial priorities. The UN stands for United Nations, and it was formed after 1945. In 1945, after World War II, in order to keep peace, like the League of Nations. So it encouraged disarmament. It promoted human rights, poverty, and worked to promote peace worldwide, which I wouldn't say it's done too well, but at the same time, not very badly. So we haven't had a second world war, which is good, but we've had many minor conflicts like Vietnam, Iraq, Afghanistan, and so many other more, and wars, the Islamic State, Africa. So I wouldn't say it wasn't too bad, but they didn't do the best job either, I would say. A bit about the UN. So it was used to prevent wars, as I said. It was created in the 24th of October 1949 in California, the US. The headquarters are still in New York, like that beautiful, beautiful building we see, and its goal is to make life on Earth, everywhere on Earth, easier. So how the US changed. So again, in the perspective of America, this led to the US coming out as a major world superpower, both in terms of human rights. They were a leader in protecting human rights, which I have a beautiful definition screenshotted off Wikipedia here, and military might. So this picture is actually the military of NATO. It's Japan. Not Japan. The North Atlantic Treaty Organization. It's of the UK, the US, and yeah. Impact on sports. So it led to cancellation of the Olympic Games. It had a negative effect on association football, which is soccer, with competitions that were suspended because so many people signed up to fight, resulted in the death of many players, and same with basketball, baseball, and every other sport. Oh yeah, and there was a huge gas shortage because they needed gas and stuff for tanks, so they actually couldn't do motorbike races and stuff because there was actually a shortage of oil to the point where you couldn't ride a motorcycle and race because they needed it for tanks and aircraft carriers and whatever. So Japan, China, North and South Korea relations. Because of the fact that Japan did commit a lot of bad war crimes, like enslaving them, harassment, causing several humanitarian crises against these three countries. There's a feeling of political mistrust between these three countries against the Japan, which is so present today. So today, South Korea, and though them and Japan are allies with the US, each other don't do as much negotiations, and same with North Korea and China. Human rights or social impact by me again. So it shone a light on anti-Semitism and helped path today's moral values by not discriminating by religion, gender, sexual orientation, or whatever, as shown as what Hitler did, he was persecuting minority groups, homosexuals, and etc. So this is what
Wait, he was discriminating people?
Yeah, he killed people because they were Jewish.
He was discriminating people?
Yes, I can show you if you want. I can give you the Google search.
Oh, God.
You mean,
okay.
Were you asking about Hitler, Gavin?
Yeah, he was asking what he did, his discriminating and stuff.
Yeah, last time when we talk about Hitler,
the Holocaust.
Yeah, I think who was that shared with us? He killed 6 million Jews.
I think it was Jay or one of the twins. All right, anyways, impact on the law. So World War II also helped China light on the millions of atrocities and war crimes committed, like using toxic gas and stuff.
I think William's here.
Oh yeah, William is here.
Realistically, all his parts were already said, so I don't think he can. William, do you want to say some of my parts, or are you okay?
Wait, give me a second just to fix something. It's still not fixed. I just joined the meeting.
Dude, we're presenting.
Oh. Give
It's
me
okay.
like 1 minute more.
Dude, I'm sharing my screen, yo. It's okay. I already presented
Yeah,
your stuff.
Frankie presented for you, William, when you were not here.
Should I continue?
Yeah, please continue, Frankie.
Okay. So World War II helped shine a light on like a lot of atrocities and war crimes committed. It also helped establish a code of conduct during war and ban many horrible stuff like chemical weapons. Mustard gas established, a treatment of, let's say in the future wars of prisoner of wars, citizens under the occupied territories you would control, and citizens. Which was the citizens part was shown in Italy and when they were in Ethiopia, for example, and they were shelling mustard gas just by the thousands against citizens. Japanese in Asia, especially in China, Indonesia.
Wait, I'll say the rest, Frankie.
Sure, all right, and Indonesia. As this is a picture of mustard gas, and it getting deployed on cities, and it was also mustard gas and toxic gases were also deployed and made in many European cities, and it didn't kill, but it was like torture for people. All right, William, you can begin.
Scientific impact. It helped and spurred on the development of nuclear bombs and led to the competition of the US and USSR to develop nukes.
Thanks
all.
for watching. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed.